Hi guys. So I'm going to paint you a little picture right now. So we are going to go back about 15 years, probably more, and I'm in grade 5 and MySpace just came out, for those of you who remember MySpace. So pretty much it's this new social media platform where you can have profile pictures, you can make posts, you can add your friends, you can chat with your friends. Pretty much just the Facebook before Facebook. So MySpace just came out and all my friends have it. All my friends are chatting with each other, they're adding each other, they're having a great time on this new social media platform. And my parents are totally against this website. I am not allowed to make an account on this website. They were super scared of what was going to be out there and how new it was. So I compromised with my parents and I got MySpace under the table, totally snuck it. So I would go on it on the off hours of school, I would go on it at my friends' houses, I would go on it pretty much whenever I could sneak it and whenever I could. So I'm hanging out with my friend, one of my really good friends, and one of her really good friends, and it's just the three of us, and we're having a great time in this great afternoon, and we hung out all afternoon. Nothing went wrong, and I go home, and she starts messaging me on this MySpace, and she's calling me out for things, and she's being nasty, and she's calling me names and everything else, and pretty much would now be cyberbullying. So she's calling me out on this MySpace web chat, and I don't know what to do. I'm confused because just 2 hours ago we were hanging out and everything was fine. We were laughing, we were getting along, so I'm really confused of where this attack is coming from. And B, I don't know what to do because I feel like I can't tell my parents because they don't even know that I have this profile. So if I tell them that this is happening, I just totally threw myself under the bus and I had to admit to everything. I had to admit to sneaking around, I had to admit to having this website that I wasn't allowed to have, and then I had to admit to this attack over the website that was happening to me. And so from that point, when this girl started calling me out for things, I would make a post, I would say that I'm with my friends, I would add a picture, and little and behold, a little short while after that, I would get another message on this website, and it would be again calling me out, nasty comments, and I didn't know what to do or who to go to. So instead of going to my parents and just admitting to everything that I had done and the sneaking around that I had done, I kept it to myself. And my way of coping with things was to just post things on this page that I knew would just totally appeal to everyone, and she wouldn't comment or she wouldn't message me and she wouldn't be saying her nasty little things that I was getting back. So that's where it all started, where on this social media platform I started caring more about what other people thought of my posts rather than what I thought of my posts, and posting because I enjoyed the picture, I enjoyed whatever it may have been. So remember, this is grade 5, so I'm between 10 and 12 years of age. And that really affects you, especially when you are so vulnerable at that stage. So I just started posting things that I knew would just appeal to everyone and really, really get their positive attention in a way. No one could say any bad things about the posts that I was making, or at least I tried to do that. And that carried through my adolescence. And fast forward to today, and we have social media influencers, bloggers. It's literally a career now. You can be a social media influencer as a career. Definitely was not a thing when I was in my adolescence growing up into now my adulthood. So now there's such things as Snapchat and Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and TikTok and Pinterest and all of this, I could keep going. All of these wide ranges of different social medias and different media platforms and outlets that kids and everyone can use. And it's the same thing. Everyone just posts, and with social media influencers, it's just so out there of the other lifestyles that people can have, and it's so easy to get caught up in other people's lifestyles and the American dream, and how one of the social media influencers that I follow is on a new beach every day. She's in Tulum, and then she's in Cuba, and then she's in Mexico, and then she's in Costa Rica, and then back to Tulum, and it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And you look at that and you go, wow, I want to be on a beach somewhere. I want to be in Tulum right now. Wow, now she's in Costa Rica. I want to go to Costa Rica. And you're looking up trips, and it's so expensive, and you're like, oh, how does she do this? And it got to a point where I was just like, that's enough. I can't do this. I'm not comparing my life to her life. It's completely different. It's on two different spectrums. And I made a choice. And what I did was I started unfollowing those social media influencers and those pages and those accounts. And I started following more of things that I was genuinely interested in, like dog memes and accounts, and healthy lifestyle accounts, and healthy cooking, fitness, things like that, that really put a positive influence onto you, or influencers that are more real, in a sense, that aren't afraid to hide the real point of life rather than just having the pretty beach side of life. And when I started seeing that, I started caring less about what I posted on social media, because if this girl can post a very vulnerable picture of herself, then you know what, and have all this positive feedback on her comments and have all of this support, really, then I can do it too, without worrying about, in the back of my mind, this girl messaging me, commenting, doing something nasty about my post. So the more positive pages and accounts that I followed, the higher self-esteem that I felt. And I stopped caring about the backlash that I was going to get from people, and I just started caring more about me and what I was generally interested in, and what I was generally interested in showing with the world and with everyone else who followed me back. And if you unfollowed me, you unfollowed me. That's your business, that's your opinion, and that's fine. And I think that's a really important message that we have to share, especially now with the adolescents, with all these different social media platforms that we have. That just means that there's all these different opportunities for cyberbullying. So if you think about it, when I was in grade 5, we had that one major platform. We had MySpace, and that was it. Today, kids have, like I said, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, all of it. So there's not just the one page that they could be targeted from, there's multiple, and that puts them in a more vulnerable position than even I was in. And it's really important to send that message that you don't need to worry about what people are saying to you or what people are saying about you, especially when it comes to your social media. Social media is about you, and it's about the way. Social media is about how you want to share your likes and your interests with the world. And it's not about what other people think of it. And I think, like I said, that's a really important message to share. So, after watching this, I challenge you to look at your social media and think about your past and how posting and people influenced the way you do things now. And I challenge you to look at your social media accounts now and see who you follow. Is it the bloggers, or is it the influencers, or is it the genuine things that you want to see every day, like the funny dog memes and the inspirational quotes? And if it is more the bloggers, I reflect on that. Reflect on how that makes you feel. Are you envious of this person's lifestyle? And do you want it? Do you want to go after something like that? Or do you not care? You just look at it and go, cool, good for them, and move on. Because the way that I was affected by it affected the way that I put myself out there. And changing that perspective has really, really uplifted me in a number of ways. So I challenge you to do the same. Look at your social media influencers, whatever they may be, and really reflect on that. And if it's affecting you in a negative way, try to follow more accounts that have a positive influence, because it really has done a positive, inspirational change to me, and go ahead and do that. My name is Kylie, and thank you for listening.